All right, this is the second of two videos that we're using to discuss adding and subtracting polynomials. The reason that I really wanted to share this set of notes with you is so that you can see the different ways that you might be asked to add and subtract polynomials. It can be written three different ways. You can also include another way that might be written as just using a word problem, but they could ask us to do f of x plus g of x, or f plus g of x, or finding the sum of f of x and g of x. And in the same way, it can be written that way with the difference between the two. So you can see those represented in one of those three ways. Really, more of what we're going to see would be the first set of examples here, written that way, or what we see in the last set. Those are going to be the most common ways that we will see problems with adding and subtracting polynomials being written. All right, what we see below is we have three equations, f of x, g of x, and h of x. And our instructions are going to ask us to grab two of those and either add or subtract them from each other. So the first one says find f of x minus h of x. So we're going to put each separate expression in parentheses. So 9x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then it says subtract, so we put a minus sign in the middle, and then we write h of x. Negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 10. And again, when it comes to subtraction, what we want to do is take that negative and distribute it into the back set of parentheses. Remember, parentheses are a grouping symbol, so we're taking the entire first piece minus the entire second piece, and so that negative gets distributed to all three parts. So when I do my rewrite, it's 9x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then it's a negative times negative 2x squared, which makes positive 2x squared. A negative times 3x, which is a negative 3x. And then a negative times negative 10, which is plus 10. Again, I'm going to look to combine like terms. So I'm going to double underline my squareds. I'm going to put a box around my x's, and I'm going to circle my constants. I'm going to combine like terms. 9x plus 2x squared makes 11x squared. 4x plus a negative 3x gives me x. And then 2 plus 10 is 12. So the difference between the two would be that right there. 11x squared plus x plus 12. All right, on our second one, they're asking us to find the sum of f of x and g of x. So if I write f of x again, it's 9x squared minus 4x plus 2. Because we're finding the sum, we put a plus between them, and then g of x is simply 3x minus 1. We get to take out a couple of steps here because of the fact that it's addition. We don't have to worry about changing anything, so we just look to combine like terms. There's only one x squared term. There are two different terms involving an x, so we're going to box those, and there are two constants. We're going to circle those. Okay, I'm going to combine those, so I get 9x squared. The negative 4x plus 3x makes a negative x, and then 2 minus 1 is 1. All right, I want you to go ahead and pause the video, see if you can do f minus g of x. Again, that's the same as f of x minus g of x. Okay, welcome back. If you haven't already, you should have written 9x squared minus 4x plus 2 in parentheses, put a subtraction symbol in between, and then written 3x minus 1. All right, now because I'm subtracting, I've got to change the back half of my expression here. The back polynomial needs to have the negative distributed through it. So when I go to rewrite, it's 9x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then a negative times 3x is a negative 3x. A negative times a negative 1 is plus 1. All right, and again, I'm going to combine like terms, so put a double underline of my x squared term. I've got two different x terms. I'm going to box those, and I have two different constants. I'm going to circle those. So again, I write 9x squared. A negative 4x plus a negative 3x is a negative 7x. And then 2 plus 1 makes 3. Again, that's adding and subtracting polynomials. If you have any questions, please let your teacher know.